Today I'm going to be making something really fun. We're going to be making an Oreo style Halloween cookie. I have colored some fondant orange. If you want to know how to color fondant, I'll put a link in the description box. We also have a beautiful chocolate cookie dough, and I'll also link to that in my description box. So 2 simple ingredients, let's get started. So this is a really nice chocolate cookie dough. You should try this recipe out. Really lovely, and it really holds its shape well. You know, it's got the same kind of characteristics as a typical sugar cookie. And then I'm just going to start rolling this out. And whenever you're rolling, always give your dough a little bit of a turn. That keeps, you know, the integrity of your circle nice and round. You know, somewhat. And it also helps you keeping an equal thickness throughout all of your dough. And I got this idea when I saw the new packaging for the Oreo cookies, which are for Halloween. They've got this orange filling in the middle. And I thought to myself, I said, oh, I know how to make that. And it's going to look just like them. So I'll continue rolling this out, and I'll be back in a second. So the recipe that I made in another video actually produces 2 of these discs. So at this moment here, we're only using 1 of the discs, or half of the actual recipe. And I'm happy with that thickness, that looks good. You can take an offset spatula and just run it underneath, and that just ensures that your dough isn't sticking to the actual work area. I've got myself a little cookie cutter. You can use any size that you wish. Now this is around the size of an Oreo cookie. And I'm just going to start cutting little rounds. And keep your cookie cutter always as close as possible to the previous cut. And another little tip, when you're cutting, go down. And if you want to do it very quickly, if you're doing hundreds of these every day, you kind of get a little technique. Everybody has their own technique, and this is mine. So as you're cutting, take your index finger and you just push down in the middle, and that just lifts the cookie cutter off, and you're applying pressure to the actual cookie. So you cut, finger in the middle, like that. Down, push. Push with your finger. I have a cookie tray here set up with parchment paper, and this is a really nice tray. This is a cookie tray. It's KitchenAid. I do have a very fast unboxing on my channel if you want to watch that video. There's not much to it. I just unbox it and show you how much they weigh. They're very heavy trays. I'm really impressed with them. So I'm going to get a few of these onto my tray, and then I'll come back. And you can see already how many cookies just 1 of these discs, or half of the recipe, actually makes. It's pretty substantial. Okay, so let's see how many we have here. There's 4, 6, so there's 24 here. So this is actually going to make 12 full cookies, okay, because each cookie needs 2 sides. So at this point, I'm going to pop these into my 350 degree oven for about 9 minutes. You can see that I have quite a bit of dough left here. I could probably make this amount again. For this video, I'm not going to bother doing that because I'm going to be using this for something else. However, you can see that we have quite a few cookies here. I'm sure that depending on the size of cookie cutter that you're using, you could probably get 48 out of these, or 2 trays worth. So now I'm going to pop these into my oven for about 9 minutes, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. My cookies have baked and they're cooling right now, so let's get on with the really simple filling. Simple, but really fun for children. We're going to use the same cookie cutter that we used to cut the cookies. Make sure you wash it really well and dry it. We're going to grab our fondant, and just to make this easier, I'm just going to cut this in half. And then I'm just going to knead this in my hands a little bit. I just want to impart some heat into this so that it rolls out a little bit better. And if you're not comfortable using your hands, you may put gloves on to do this. Alright, That's pretty good now. And when you want to use something on your board, don't use flour, use icing sugar. So just put a little bit down, you don't need a lot, and just rub it in there. And then we're going to start rolling this out just like we did with the cookie dough. I want to have the filling a little bit thicker than the actual cookie itself. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that thickness. Okay, so I'll just show you what the cookies look like. The camera can't really pick up, that they're baked or not, but they are baked. And what's good about them is that they really do hold the same shape that I cut them out at. They did not shrink and they did not get any larger. They're perfect. So, and this is why this recipe works so well. So grab your cutter and just start cutting out your little rounds. You can see that, just that little piece of fondant really makes a lot of cutouts. Get yourself a little bit of water and a brush. And this is optional, but I do find that the cookies stick together much better when you do this. Get yourself a little bit of water. Brush. Grab your cookie. Center it really nicely. Do the other side. Get it really nicely on there. You can actually turn it on your board if you wish to make sure that it's all nice. And there we have it. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Little homemade Halloween Oreos. Really, really fun. Let's do another one. I'll just zoom in a little bit. Okay, I've zoomed in. We'll grab another little cookie. Get a little bit of water on there. And that just helps the fondant stick to our actual wafer. So just center it. Flip it over. A little bit more water. Another wafer. Get it nicely centered. And there we have it. Look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? Oh, these are so fun. If you have children, they will absolutely want to make these with you. So I zoomed in yet another time just so that you could see a little bit better. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you wish. So that's it. I'll see you next time.
Happy Halloween!